All right, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And today I just want to title this lesson, The Lord Gonna Make It Right. And as you can see from this article, which I got from AP News, it reads, Oklahoma Supreme Court dismisses lawsuit of last Tulsa race massacre survivors seeking reparations. So as you can see, you have Jake pretty much going to Esau for reparations to be repaired from the the heinous things this man have done unto us. Going all the way back to slavery, even up to this day, man doing heinous crimes. But just point out this moment right here, Jacob familiar with this, the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. Which that was many instances of this, but you could say this is like the face of it, so to speak, in this modern times. You got these Jakes, seeking reparations, man. And guess what? You ain't gonna get it, man. Cause let's say you do get the money, you still ain't gonna be repaired. Shit ain't gonna still be here. A nigga's gonna be even in a worse state, man. You give a nigga money? No, Yahweh Shema Shah gonna make it right, man. And it's starting now, by the way, of the Lord giving us this understanding. So matter of fact, let me start off with this in the book of Exodus, chapter 2. I believe it's the second chapter. Yep. Exodus 2. Exodus 2 and 23 it reads, And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came unto the Most High by reason of the bondage. See, that's who the cry should go to, Yahweh Shema Shai. You going, number one, you going to the wrong nigga for comfort, man. Let's get that. You going to the same nigga that put you in a situation to, to help you out. It's actually, let's just say that the devil do help. It's gonna actually be worse. You're gonna be worse off. So let's get this real quick. In the book of Ecclesiastes 4 in verse 1, it reads, So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And this is what you see, our people. As you can see, Solomon said he considered all the captivities throughout history, man. And chiefly our people, that's mostly because our history is being captives. We've been in bondage under all these nations. This has been the worst case scenario out of all. And it says, these are the tears that you're seeing, just them going to the courts. Let's see what this is a form of the tears right here. Seeking reparations. You seeking relief, you crying out. But you crying out, seeking for a certain comfort, you're not going to find it. Even if it perceived to be comforting, or it's going to relieve you. It's a shade from the heat at this moment. Eventually it's going to die. It's going to run out. Talks about that, how you're going to thirst again. With the waters Yahweh Shai is presenting, you're going to never thirst, man. You're going to be comforted. It begins by a peace of mind. Going back, how the Lord is going to make it right, man. Like, Jake think slavery and Only way it's gonna be made right, just give me a couple million and let bygones be bygones and let us get taxes. Of, a nigga. No, man. The Lord is gonna make it right. That's why it says, and on the side of the oppressors there was power, but they had no comfort. See, they look into Egypt. Talks about that because there are many horses, and they stay on the chariots thereof. But it's really to your detriment, man. You're not gonna be comfortable. You really more in a worse state. You were better off in the time of segregation. But now you looking to this man for help and comfort. It's gonna ultimately be your demise. So going back to Exodus chapter 2, verse 23, a reason it came to pass in the process. It's a lot. And it came to pass in the process of the time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by the reason of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came unto the Most High by the reason of bondage. Let me see. I think it was one of them said the Lord heard the groanings. I probably. Bear with me. Okay, yep. Verse 24, that's the spirit. Okay. It says, and the Most High heard their groaning, and the Most High remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them. See? So, the Lord is going to make it right. Why? Because of the promises, man. He heard the groanings and that was, heard the crying, and that was sparked him and caused him to remember the covenant with Abraham, man. So, the Lord gonna make it right. Why? Because the promises. Yahweh Shai is gonna repair us, man. It begins now, but as well as with our enemies, the Lord is gonna give us our enemies. This is how things are gonna be made right, man. You searching, you seeking for a couple million so you can get you a Lambo truck, but you still got to put gas in them. You got to pay for insurance. You still ain't gonna, this right here, with this, you ain't gonna need no one. Cause guess what? Just one generation, nigga gonna be asking for more reparations, man. Cause the parents gonna blow it. You know what I mean? Especially this time, everything high. Well, now milk is almost $20 a gallon. It's going to get bad. And it talks about how this man and his money is ultimately going to fly away. The reparations is going to come by the way of the Lord giving us these nations. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's start off Revelation 13. Revelation 13 and on verse 10, it reads. Verse 9 started at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. See? That's justice right there, man. This is how you're going to be repaired. This is how our lands, our city will once again be rebuilt. The Lord's going to give us our enemies. And that's how those palaces is going to come about. These cities is going to be built. We ain't going to do it. The Lord is going to give us our enemies, these other nations, and they're going to do it, man. He said, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And this put Esau, it points to Esau now. Because who was blessed with the sword? Who was destined to live by it? When you read Genesis 27, Esau, the so-called white man. And this has been the worst case scenario. This has been the worst captivity ever. To where, you got to look at your label of food, man. You got to look at the label and shit. You got to actually sit back and consider, is this a man or a woman before you approach the person? This to show you that everything is really fucked up, man. It's an uphill battle for Jake, especially a straight Israelite man. Every day is an uphill battle, man. So you don't think things are gonna be made right when It's flipped upside down. It's not gonna be made right when you got a good job. You still in captivity. You still paying bills. You still, you know what I mean? You ain't living. You're gonna really live when we be on top. It says, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. See, and to show you the saints are anticipating this moment of this, the roles being reversed. You know? Let's see, let's get something else real quick. The book of Isaiah 14. Isaiah chapter 14 and let's get to the point, verse 2. It reads, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. See? And that's what's going to happen, man. You're going to be brought to your place. You're going to be brought to your rightful lot as a servant, man. Because even when you read the law, it talks about how the Lord, pretty much, we're kings and priests, man. That's a commandment. That we're the kings and the priests. We're the ones to be on top. And these other nations is an inheritance. You know? It says, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. See, this is how we're going to be repaired, man. This is the real reparations. Fuck a couple $1 million. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to have a bill to pay. You know, notes. Something. That meal ain't going to stretch. Because even in that, it's going to be a digital currency. Ultimately, you're going to have to get that mark. And then the destruction of America, man. So why? The promises, this is what the Lord is you know, he's going to make it right. He hearing the crying, the groanings. And this is what caused him to remember that covenant with Abraham. That's why you're seeing things happening now. You know? So matter of fact, I'm going to end off on this in the book of Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10, it reads, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. See, and that's what happened with us. You know, it talks about how we are us and our king, you know, of course, all the kings, but, you know, King David. We all came over here to America, man. Going through all these captivities. And guess what? We built up, you know, what you see today, America. These past empires, you know, that we was in captives, we had to build certain shit. Palaces. But guess what? The role's gonna be reversed. You know, the Lord's gonna give us the dominion, and we're gonna have these nations, and they're gonna build. That's part of the reparation. You know, your cities, once again, what that was once desolate is signs of life. And it's happening spiritually by the Lord giving us his understanding, but it's going to even physically manifest, you know, when the smoke clear and the dust settle after the destruction, and the earth is starting to going to be in repair mode. You know, we're going to have these nations doing that, man. You know, especially this devil, he helped contribute to the earth being at a bad state. So he's going to be digging them, you know, burying them bodies, and you know, have these nations building the walls and the gates. It says, and these kings, so it's going to be, Pharaoh, Ramses and shit. It's going to be your cupbearer. That's what these kings did to us, you know, the men of high prestige. I believe, was it Zechariah was a cupbearer or something? I think it probably was Nehemiah. Let me see. Yep, Nehemiah was a cupbearer. You know? And that was a heavy prophet, man. So you know that was the top guy. Talks about really the prophets are the leaders when you read 2nd Ezra, the first chapter, towards the bottom. So you don't think these kings and ministers, they're gonna be our servants? It says, "For in my wrath I smote thee." How the Lord smote us? By sending these other nations against us and having them to prevail over us, man. That's why the Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Lord did that. That was part of the spine. Like, how dare you try to prosper in America? And the Lord sent them a reminder by having that city be burned to the ground. There's plenty of stories of these, certain cities, began to thrive. And then the Lord sent Esau to kick that shit down, man. Underwater cities. They just flooded the whole city because why? A nigga was doing too well. This is your captivity, man. The Lord is going to make it right by giving us them. That's why it says, "For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee." See, this is going to be the mercy of the Lord. This is how we're going to be prepared. These are the real reparations. Yahweh is going to give us the other nations into our hands. These are the promises the Lord is remembering now. That's why as World War III is about to take place, these events is going to uproot this system and it's going to usher in the kingdom of heaven. So yeah, I just hope it will edify. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash. I'd like to give them honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. They teach the word in our true faith and sincerity. Shalom.